TDG episode 260. My name is Dave, and I'm joined by Michael.
Dave, every time we record, it feels like it's been a while since we record because we're on the bi-weekly thing. But I do like that we have a ton of stuff to cover. I feel like we haven't had a chance to really talk about like a full PlayStation episode, but
Yeah.
we have a bunch of PlayStation stuff to get to, some Nintendo stuff, a break from Xbox this week, which I'm sure a lot of listeners will be happy to take that break from Xbox.
Yeah. And we also have tentatively a plan for Summer Game Fest coverage or June coverage, which actually kind of works out really well in our favor now that we appear to have the full slate. The only thing that I don't think that I saw on your doc was or have they said, is there a Ubisoft forward?
They haven't said if
Okay.
there's going to be one yet, and then obviously Nintendo doesn't have anything lined up, but they kind of just do surprises now.
Yeah. So tentatively, our plan is because, and the reason I'm telling you this now is because it's creepy to say this, but so this will be our last episode for the month of May, as we are recording this on May 21st. Tentatively, our plan, news depending, is to do something on. I'm gonna mess with Michael's agenda a little bit here, but to do something on Sunday, June 2nd, after Sony has their state of play. That's all I'm gonna say because I'm not gonna take the rest of the lines away. Um,
Mhm.
and then we will follow that up after about a week later, June 7th or June 8th, after Xbox's event and Summer Game Fest kickoff. There's a handful of different things that are happening that Saturday and Sunday of the 6th and the 7th, I believe. Um, that would warrant the recording, and then as it works out, I actually go out of town the next week to go to West Virginia for vacation. um, so then I think tentatively it'll be like you'll see an episode on June 2nd, somewhere around June 2nd, somewhere around June 7th, and then again not until I think, what did I say, like June 22nd. So
Something like that, yeah.
yeah,
It'll be like a week and a half off instead of like or no, it'll be like the 2 weeks,
yeah.
maybe
So
two and a
you'll
half weeks.
tentatively will at least give you minimum 3 episodes the month of June. Length to be determined based on quality of news and announcements. So Um, with that in mind, if you are listening to this and you're not subscribed to us, please consider subscribing to us so that you can get that content in June, because usually June is one of our busier months where people discover us and find us. So if you're going back and listening, or traveling in time somewhere in general, please consider subscribing, following, joining our Discord. Everything is linked in the show notes, so that you can check that stuff out. And everything's on digitaldaysgaming.com, or you can go to twitch.tv/digitaldaysgaming or youtube.com/digitaldaysgaming. And we're going to jump into our news.
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna start with some Nintendo stuff. This I want to say dropped like a day or two after we recorded, as is the usual thing. We'll get like something big to drop after we record. This time we got something big that happened right before we record. We'll get to last, but the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to get a price increase soon. Nintendo announced that the Switch 2 will increase by $50. Basically, worldwide is going to be like roughly the equivalent of like $50. So they're going to start at 500 as of September 1st. So Nintendo already is kind of like telling their investors like this is going to be a little detrimental to them, because despite the Switch 2 starting off better than the Switch 1 and currently having like a 5 million lead across the same time frame, they did like reforecast what their sales are expected to be like over the next year, and they basically dropped their numbers down a couple million, partially because of the price increase and also just like the whole like market situation. People don't really have a lot of like disposable income currently, so Nintendo is kind of prepping for that. Switch 2, they did update the sales. It's currently around under 20 million units. I think the actual number is like 19,768,000, something like that. Uh, so they're at around 20 million units for the console. Software sales as of March 31st go as follows: Mario Kart World, 14.7 million copies sold for that. Donkey Kong Bonanza's at
It
4.52.
just as a reminder, this was bundled. This was a bundle
Yes.
with the Switch
Yeah.
2 at one point in time as an option. It's still a ridiculous number, but I would
Yeah.
say I feel confident saying 80% of those were probably purchased as a bundle.
It was cheaper to buy the bundle
Yeah.
because of
So
how
that's
expensive Mario Kart was. Yeah. Donkey Kong Bonanza 4.52 million, Pokemon ZA 3.94, Pokepia is at 2.41. That's pretty good for that. Again, these numbers are as of March 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kirby Air Riders actually sold 1.87 million copies. So Nintendo is showing at least like, hey, like people are buying our software. Our consoles were selling well compared to the last console. It's just they're expecting it to get kind of bad. They did say like the second year of a system's after the second year of a system's lifetime, the numbers are supposed to increase significantly from the first year, but they said they expect numbers to actually decrease under the current market.
Which also concerns me to what their potential holiday lineup is or isn't, because we know well enough that when they have solid software, that the hardware stores follow because they have to. So I feel like if this makes me less optimistic of like an Ocarina of Time like remake or a Mario Odyssey 2 coming out this holiday, based on based on what you're putting in here as bullet points of what they're expecting, because I think if they had a strong software lineup, they would have done some financial PR talk to make it sound like we'll be okay because we are confident in our software.
I think they are just being realistic with it to where like they'll have the software. They have a Splatoon game coming out this summer. We don't know what their big holiday game is. They'll have something for that because they have games finished that just kind of sit in a vault for a
Yeah.
little bit. I think they're just being realistic in terms of looking at like the sales of like the competition and seeing those numbers go downward, and then just there would also be playing a part in it is how many units they can get produced and on shelves, because still price of RAM, price of
Yeah.
memory is just kind of ballooning to where they might just it might be financially irresponsible for them to like produce a certain amount of stuff in the current market. So that's why they're just like, all right, let's increase the price because we're just not going to put as much out there. And then hey, people will start scalping. It'll cause excitement around the holidays, and then they'll take advantage of that. Uh, but yeah, they definitely have stuff in the chamber ready to go. But if you know that the economy is preventing console sales, maybe you do hold on to like that Odyssey 2 Zelda
Mm-hmm.
remake for a little bit, because you're just like, you know what, people just won't be able to get the hardware,
Yeah.
and this game will, we Nintendo, God forbid someone picks up one of their games on sale 2 3 years down the road.
Yeah.
They don't want that. So they're just getting expectations set.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder though, because like Nintendo is known for making sure they produce hardware that is profitable day one. So I just wonder how bad it must be getting for them to just increase the price already. Is that just to continue their cushion of stuff, or are they actually at the point where it's like, okay, we're losing money on these consoles and we need
Yeah,
to get
I'd
something
be
back?
I'd be curious if it's a profitability thing, or to your point, if it's more of a manufacturing thing of like in the short term we know it's going to cost us this much to manufacture, and maybe they want to slow that down, and they feel like increasing the price would slow down the sales. Like I don't know, like rough, like hey, like if we increase it this much, we'll have a 15% decrease in units sold, but the dollar profit will be potentially a wash. I don't.
Yeah, yeah, no, like they're doing some sort of calculation. Nintendo is they don't want to follow the suit of Xbox and PlayStation of like increasing their prices just for the hell of it. So they did the calculations on the back end. They know what they need to do in order to keep their profitability. Like they're gonna do what they can and set like reasonable expectations. But we'll move on to the next story. This is basically going to be the PlayStation section. So, as Dave mentioned, a state of play was announced for June 2nd. It is going to be an hour plus long. It will feature third party and first party games. And Wolverine is like the marquee thing for that. The event will be streamed at select Alamo Drafthouse theaters. They have a list of states that will have their
Why?
Alamo houses playing the event. And then Sony filed a new trademark for something called Break-In, and a lot of people are speculating that it is Fair Games' new name, because apparently Fair Games is getting like a before it launches soft reboot, and people were making fun out of Fair Games enough that they're like, we got to rename this thing. A lot of people are speculating that Fair Games will be there. It will just be renamed something else, and hopefully we'll leave the stigma of Fair Games behind. But Dave, hour-long state of play. They're not calling this a showcase like they usually do for their big events, but they are streaming this in theaters. So I feel like that sets an expectation that it can't just be like, hey, here's Wolverine. There has to be like something bigger going on here for them to want to stream it. It's a handful of theaters, but still, the fact that they were expecting fans to go out.
The theater thing is weird to me in general. I mean, they've tried this stuff before. I feel like they did something before the pandemic with this stuff. I think that they got relatively positive results just from getting a bunch of fans together in person. So maybe they're trying to potentially reclaim that. Maybe it's an easier way for them to get live reaction versus likes and minutes streamed, and like, so maybe they can watch facial reactions or have some type of data, AI data, that they're using to see the reception of their content potentially.
Every time we said live service, the crowd got sad and looked at their phone.
And no, I never went to the theater. I don't think that they've ever done one in the Metro Detroit area. As Johnny asked in the stream. Them kind of like setting the expectation that it's going. I feel like the blog post said it's starting with Wolverine, leads me to believe that Wolverine's probably getting 12 to 18 minutes of this. So I would say 20%, if I had to guess.
Depending on how far over an hour.
Yeah, 20-ish%. And then that also probably means that if they are rebranding and getting ready for this Haven game or whatever this is supposed to be, like, that's probably another 5 to 8 minutes minimum.
Yeah, and then I think you do Naughty Dog game to end, Intergalactic. I feel like it would be due for that to be the end. And then of the show.
Say holiday 27.
Yeah, I think you would give it a date if you're going to do like a big theater reveal or re-reveal for it.
Yeah,
you would give it a window. Maybe not a hard date.
Now we're hitting, so now we're speculating with Wolverine, or not speculating. We know it's going to be Wolverine. Yes, Johnny, I guess I did do a theater thing when I went to press conferences in person, but, at E3. But anyway, so we know Wolverine will be there. We're assuming that Haven, Fair Game, Break-In, or whatever may or may not be there, and that, to your point, the Naughty Dog game would be there. Do we see, or do we get any other indication from this God of War trilogy remake?
No, it sounds like they were just starting.
Yeah.
I think it would be unlikely that we see anything unless they put a cinematic trailer to show us like, hey, this is what the old Kratos is going to look like in the current engine. And then maybe Bend if they have something, but I don't know if Bend is like.
But the rumors are Ben's doing potentially what you see, Uncharted 1 or Uncharted 5. We can't tell which one.
But either way, I think if you just give the Uncharted that little that little chime sound that Uncharted has, that wind sound, that would be enough to get people going. Otherwise, like I don't know if like just seeing the Ben logo is not going to get anyone really excited. So it's going to have to be like, hey, here's like a full Uncharted trailer for that. Sucker Punch wouldn't be ready. Guerrilla, maybe Guerrilla could have something.
There's been some alpha stuff for that Horizon MMO style game that they're doing.
I feel like you don't even really talk about that until it's ready to go, unless it like shadow drops. Yeah. But it's one of those things where like we joked about the AI thing with the live service stuff, but like I feel like you can't even say that phrase at like a fan event for PlayStation fans,
right?
Like at a theater experience, you're gonna get a lot of groans, a lot of moans from that group.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be curious. I mean, if they're already talking about third party, I'm sure that they've got some deals with some stuff that maybe we don't know about. Like at a certain point in time, without, I guess I don't. The deal would have to be not the deal, but the reveal would have to be with PlayStation at this point. What was it? DICE just kind of released a statement about their game or something like that. Like so. Like we're ready to, we're the kind of saying like we're really excited about what we're working on. So if they're gonna have some kind of Battlefield style game shown, like it would be here, right?
Yeah, because Microsoft would fully back Call of Duty, so they wouldn't do Call of Duty and Battlefield in the same presentation. So yeah, I think EA would have to go to PlayStation to be like,
Yeah.
hey, can we do something here?
Or
So you
Dice's
could do
game,
that.
whatever it is, whether it's a Battlefield or something else.
The Iron Man game, I don't think that was canceled. So EA could
Yeah, the
show off
Iron
the
Man
Iron
Black
Man
Panther
game.
game, or not the Iron
Well,
Man.
Black
I'm
Panther
sorry,
got
the Black
canceled.
Panther Captain America game. That didn't get canceled.
No. So the Black Panther game at EA got canceled.
Yeah, yeah,
The Iron Man game at EA is still going, and then the Amy Hennig game is that's not EA related at all. That's
right.
Skybound.
Yeah,
So maybe that could make a return, unless that would be too much Marvel and
yeah.
Insomniac
That's
is like we don't.
supposed to come this that has to come this year, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out holiday last year, and then it
Yeah.
got
So
delayed multiple times. So there's a lot of potential things to go. Nintendo will do their own thing. Microsoft has their
yeah.
press conference stuff set up that has a separate um, Gears of War game presentation going. So it's going to be pretty packed. PlayStation has a lot of stuff that they could do. It's just a matter of just how they're going to present it and how excited people are going to be. I think the theater event is kind of good because I feel like the PlayStation community has definitely not dwindled because there's still a lot of players, but it's not like that like close knit community it used to be.
Yeah, active
In
yeah.
terms of like when they killed PlayStation Experience, basically that was kind of like a hit, and then we went to this dark time of just live service games that kind of also took a hit to the community. So they need to kind of rebuild. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. What do you think about Fair Games in terms of just like, can they redeem it with just a name change if that's the case?
Yes, because they barely showed anything, so like we don't really know what it is. So but I just don't know how you correctly say, like in a trailer format, hey, this is now called, let's use Break In as the example, this is now called Break In. Fair Games was from the game formerly named Fair Games. Like that part I don't really know how you present, because you can say it's Break In, you can say it's from Haven, but you're going to have to answer the questions from the press or on a blog, which I hate when they do that, of like, is this Fair Games? Like they're going to have to answer that.
Where's the play, create, share stuff? Where's all that?
Well,
stuff?
I'm not even really worried about that, because they really didn't tell us what Fair Game was. Fair Games was, from what I can recall, which is very little. I feel like it was just like a 90-second trailer, if even that.
It was. There was a lot of pre-talk before they did the reveal, and then it kind of went radio silent after the reveal was like taken wrong.
So, if they the worst thing they can do is just kind of like try to like not say Fair Games. I feel like not say it at all, because then that leaves the speculation of it's sort of in development still. You know, like if you don't say that it's been rebranded, name changed, canceled, whatever you want to, you have to, I think you have to say that. Now, as we progress through this story, they don't really, as we progress through these stories today, Sony in its current regime doesn't really seem to care what they literally or figuratively like take their forearm and just run off their table now. They don't really seem to care. They're just like, whatever, flick. So.
Yeah, I think with Fair Games they're in a tough spot though. Like you said, like to properly introduce this game, they'd probably need like 5 to 8 minutes. But there's also like a thing that they have to worry about of just like people are going to be hype for something cool, and if they have to spend 5 to 8 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes reintroducing this game to get people excited, there's like a fine line of just like you either spent too little time or too much time before the audience starts to turn on people. So it's just one of those things where they're gonna find a struggle, and I don't think there's a happy medium for this. It's just gonna be one of those things where people are gonna be like, wow, you didn't spend too much time on that, I don't give a shit, or wow, you spent so much time on this and now I don't give a shit anymore.
You either are going to leave people wanting more, which is what you truly desire to happen, or you're gonna wonder book it.
Yeah, but the thing of leaving people wanting more, it's not going to be in like oh man, that looks so cool, I'm interested. It's going to be like, man, they didn't really do shit. Like I feel like this game is kind of starting way behind in terms of just like the word of mouth, and the people that are going to be like at the theater event, the people that are going to be talking about this on like social media are the people that are going to be the most judgmental of a PlayStation Live Service game and a game that they know the history of. So they would have to hope that their trailer or their presentation is like mind blowing to at least get the people that aren't that connected to like the history of this in development game, that they will be louder than the people that are, you know, the
Yeah,
smart marks.
I feel like, and I'm not comparing these two games at all, so don't come at me when I say this. I feel like this is going to start in a maybe a 50% capacity of getting into like the Last Guardian realm of like, okay, where the hell is it? Does it exist? Are you doing it? Oh, that's it. Like that's kind of what
Well,
started to happen with Last Guardian of like, oh, you spent all this time to do that.
yeah, well, and the problem with Last Guardian is that eventually they went like radio silent for like 8 years. Fair Games is one of those things. The next time you reveal it, I feel like you have to be like, you know, June presentation, July beta,
Right.
and kind of just like, and then we'll release it as a free to play game. But PlayStation's not doing free to play, so
Yeah.
like we'll release it as a premium live service game
It'll be that
in the
$40
fall.
price point. It has to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, and we at least know like since it is going to be a multiplayer game, it will most likely get a PC port. What won't get PC ports is single player games. So Herman Holst reportedly told employees in a town hall recently that PlayStation will no longer port their single player exclusives to PC. Apparently, they had been seeing like just bad returns in terms of like game sales. Like they started really hot, and I don't know if you noticed this, Dave. Like they started really hot in terms of the releases, but then the quality of those ports were getting worse and worse, and they were having to patch them to fix them. And then turns out the sales started to follow. Uh, the This is basically a confirmation of a report from Bloomberg back in March, who said that hey, this is going to happen, and they basically were told that that's not true, and turns out it was true because the leak from the town hall. Sony did acquire a PC port studio, Nixies, during the acquisition rush a couple years ago. So there's now speculation on like what are they going to do with them, other than hopefully keep them around to help port these live service games. But we're seeing Xbox talk about like maybe moving away from moving their third party game or their first party games over to PlayStation and Nintendo. And now PlayStation is just kind of being like, yeah, we're definitely not going to port our games to PC. And that most likely means like, you know, outside of Marathon, we won't see anything Xbox
Right.
or coming to Xbox and MLB The Show. But this is just a complete 180 from PlayStation on that, on something we thought was kind of successful, but I guess it hasn't been.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not seeing the return on investment that they want. I mean, to be fair, to
Yeah.
get a return on investment you want, you'd have to tighten the window from console release to PC release. I mean, you're talking sometimes multiple years before they release stuff, which is, you know, is what it is. I mean, we saw Concord came to PC as well as a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And currently, some people have figured out a way to get it back online.
Jesus
So I
Christ.
believe you can play it
um,
on
but
PC.
you know, so like, yeah, continuing like they've had some success, you know, early success with Helldivers 2. Whatever this Fair Games is going to Fair Games, you know, game may or may not be. I am of the camp. I understand how businesses work. I appreciate how businesses work. I appreciate that businesses need to make money. I'm in the camp of trying to paint with as many broad brushes as you can and expose your content to as many ways as possible. They are starting to see. I think they're starting to see relatively positive return on investments with the ability to stream stuff to the portal. Early on, so I think that maybe we could see potential some more heavier focus on that of their, you know, trying to push the PS Plus stuff, which I know we're going to talk about too. You know, to where they kind of have their own version of Game Pass, and maybe that's where they're going to talk about. At the point of like, if you're like, hey, I want to release the game on PC, the game should be on Plus. Like, and it should just be on. Like, it's getting to the point where, like, I don't know what the ultimate answer is. 3 years, 4 years after launch, like, there should be a cadence for when the game goes on Plus and stays there. Like at this point in time, like Spider-Man, yeah, like at this point in time, Spider-Man, all of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2. If you subscribe to PlayStation Plus, this is your flagpole IP of, you know, the last 5 to 7 years. Like this, you've sold enough. Like, you give it to them. Horizons, the Horizon series should be on there. Like these should be things that go on there. And again, I don't know what the number is: 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is. But a certain point in time where it just goes there and it stays there. Um, because in 2 years, if you're going to put it on PC to try to get more sales, like you can probably increase your Plus subscribers by doing that, or hold them, or to continue to get them. Don't have them be somebody similar to you that turns it on for 90 days, turns it off, turns it on for 90 days, turns it off. I don't know if you do that anymore or
Yeah.
not, but you have at one point in
I'm
time.
tempted to do it for essentials because there's like
Yeah,
1 or 2 games, and I'm like,
yeah,
I could buy, but I could just get a month or two. I
right,
usually wait now to the end of my yearly
yeah,
subscription, and I bump up essential to the mid tier.
yeah. So I think that there's a proper cadence to it to see similar than yeah, like doing the expense of porting it to PC and then having to manage it on PC, which they apparently just suck at.
Well, and it's funny. The funny thing about that is like they were really excited about it. It was successful, and then they're like, actually, we're going to now require PSN for a bunch of these games. That got thrown back in their face. They're like, okay, we won't do that. And then I feel like they just kind of lost interest at that point after they basically had to like abandon having people make PlayStation Network accounts to play a single player game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they literally just lost interest because they're just
Yeah.
like, man, we can't scrap as much data as we wanted. We couldn't bump our PlayStation
Yeah.
Network numbers
And,
up.
and I
So
literally
let's
saw
just fail.
the terrible headline last week. I don't know who it was. I didn't click on it. I was just like, come on, really? They're like, Sony is depriving millions of players from having accessibility to Wolverine. Like, come on.
But the funny thing is, like, would those people have showed up as paid customers? And that's where PlayStation would be like, yeah, people could play it on PC, but how many are going to actually be paid customers? And the answer is like, apparently not that much. So PlayStation just kind of had to walk away from that. I worry for the studio they just acquired because they just seem like
Yeah.
they're just closing all those acquisitions. And we'll talk about the money that they're bleeding in a little bit, but like it's a big change from PlayStation. It does feel like they have Herman Hulst doing the tour that we talked about last
Mhm.
episode of like, hey buddy, you and Jim Ryan greenlit a bunch of different things, including like the first party games on PC. Time to go back on those. So
Yeah.
go on your tour and start delivering the bad news. And it must suck to be in that position of just like basically being on a walk of shame for the next like
Yeah.
2 years.
But at the same time, it's crazy to think about it. This just jumped in my head as I was saying this, as I was talking about what do you call it? I was talking about Insomniac and Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2, and now that I think about it with Intergalactic from Naughty Dog, like Insomniac and Insomniac, Sony San Diego, not Sony San Diego, Sony Santa Monica, I'm sorry. Insomniac, Sony Santa Monica, and Naughty Dog have not released a PS5 only IP.
Yeah, it's all just been
Yeah, and
ports.
however old the PlayStation 5 is now, 6 years, 7 years almost. They have
Mhm.
those are they have not released a PS5 only game. Insomniac will in September. And but Ragnarok was on PS4, Horizon 2 was on PS4, all the Spider-Mans have been on PS4. So like we're getting near like
Well, not all of them.
huh?
Spider-Man 2 wasn't on PS4.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay, then Insomniac has released a PS5
Yeah.
only. Yeah, okay, my fault.
And Ratchet was PS5.
Okay, yeah. So I thought Ratchet was on both.
Unless they ported Ratchet after the fact to PS4, but Ratchet was
Okay.
a
Yeah,
PS5 game.
yeah.
Yeah. Insomniac's like the only one. Outside of that and Housemark.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Housemark. Yeah, because Saros just came, and it doesn't seem like Saros is reviewing well, but it doesn't feel like it's lighting anything on fire.
No, apparently the sales have been pretty cold. They're worried about not even being able to break even. Apparently it's just sold like 300,000 copies, and Returnal sold like I think a couple million. So there definitely some concerns with Housemark. I think they had a brand potentially with Returnal that they probably should have kept, even though Returnal 2 sounds stupid. But changing it to Saros, I think just kind of wasn't the move for them. And hopefully they don't regret it because again, Herman Hulst is on a tour where he's
Yeah.
just like closing on acquisitions.
So
Yeah, but lot of stuff happened at PlayStation. Next thing, which Dave had brought up, PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus will get a price increase. So the 1 month sub and 3 month subs are increasing basically $1 a month. So now the 1 month sub will be $10.99 instead of $9.99, and a 3 month sub will be $27.99 instead of $24.99. PlayStation claims this is due to market conditions. I can call bullshit on it, but I also can kind of see, because data center, all that stuff, fighting for it. Yeah, things are getting more expensive. Yearly subscriptions aren't increasing. They're basically just punishing people for getting 1 month or 3 month subscriptions. This sucks so bad because I feel like you're not even really getting that much from these services anymore. Essentials does kind of suck lately. They are putting a little bit more effort into whatever the fuck that mid tier is. Branding sucks. And then the premium tier, like the tier that costs the most money, that's supposed to have retro games, fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like they stopped releasing retro games because the company that was making their retro ports got acquired by Atari. So then they just kind of stopped. Yeah, they just kind of just stopped doing stuff. So PlayStation Plus being price increased for market conditions just feels shitty, and I feel like we're getting to that point where we're kind of seeing like these companies have to like squeeze whatever they can out of what they have because they aren't getting new people joining, and people are probably canceling too.
Yeah, it's fascinating because, like, not to compare the two because they're completely different services, but new Xbox leadership is reducing the price of Game Pass.
Yeah.
So in the market where they're saying it's due to market conditions, now Xbox is trying to win back some consumers. PlayStation already has the consumers. Like, it's just interesting again how like there's two similar programs that are one saying like, hey, this one head is coming out saying like, hey, this packaging costs too much. It wasn't of a value to our consumer. And the other company is saying, well, due to the market condition, we need to charge you more. So it's just really interesting to see like what's going on. It's $1. Like, okay, yeah, buy the 12-month thing. Like, I think mine's on auto renew or whatever. I don't even really pay any attention to it. I mean, and everybody's in their own different scenario and different situation. This looks weird also on the heels of their DRM thing too.
Yeah, no, again, it just seems like they're trying to tighten the ship as much as they can because when companies start doing this, it just makes me realize that we are probably heading for even darker times than we currently are in, because they're just like, all right, we got to fucking nail this shit down. We got to like cut down on game sharing. We need to increase prices on the people that we already have. It must means that there's probably enough people that they see are constantly doing a 1 month and 3 month that they're like, you know what, it probably won't take much just to get them to buy a year. You know, of just like, hey, you know, if in your case, if you were doing monthly, they might see that you do 12 months in a row where you're buying single month things, and then maybe by increasing it $1, they can get you to be like, well, why don't I just buy a year?
It won't work. And years of retail of like selling a customer a bed pillow. Like, oh, I'd rather buy the $10 bed pillow and buy a new one every 2 months than buy the $80 pillow once for the next 2 years. Like,
I also wonder if PlayStation and maybe even Xbox to a certain extent have hit a point where before, you know, PlayStation would increase price, Xbox would increase price on something. The answer would be build your own PC. You know, build your own thing. Fuck the console makers. And the console makers find themselves in a spot where if someone says build your own PC, it is a crazy astronomical price, more than it ever has been. To where you're just like, well, fuck, I can't. I have to stick with PlayStation, because if I want to build a PC, it's going to be way too expensive, as opposed to before where the prices were kind of getting close to each other. But now we're at the point where the cost for either finding parts and then paying for those parts is just kind of an uphill battle. I feel like they're just taking advantage of like the market conditions. It's not like, hey, market conditions are tough on us, so we have to pass the cost to you. It's like, you know what, market conditions suck for you, so you have no choice but to give us the extra money. PlayStation Plus is one of those things where like if I didn't have 1 or 2 multiplayer games I was like actively playing, I would have canceled it a long time ago. I canceled Game Pass Xbox Live and I haven't really batted an eyelash.
And I'm the
at
opposite of
canceling
you
that.
because I just don't think about it. I just click it and yes, like I go through stages where like I'm watching Netflix like every like for every day for like a month, and then I go 6 months without watching it. But I get super frustrated and annoyed when I go to turn my PlayStation on and I'm not signed in. Like I get like that irritates me, like to where it's like, where the hell is my Plus? Like I like, or why isn't my Game Pass working? Or why isn't my Xbox connected to the internet? Oh, dumbass, you haven't turned it on for 90 days. Like,
Yeah, no, and for me, like and again, it's because I'm starting to get annoyed at these companies.
yeah,
We talk about physical media in terms of like I don't like Netflix anymore. I've been buying more
yeah.
movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And I'm getting the same way. I've been like this with my video games, where I'm just like, shit. I play maybe one game that requires PS
hmm
Plus, and I don't interact with the monthly games that come with my Essentials account, to where I'm just like, well, why am I
Yeah.
doing this at this point?
Where's
I
my
could probably
option
live.
just to pay for online play? You know?
Honestly, I they would probably find a lot of success with that, but they
Yeah.
would bleed money at first.
Yep.
Like they, in terms of people just downgrading their accounts. I would downgrade my account because I
Yeah.
don't play the
You
monthly
would
essential game.
downgrade your account, but you would turn on your online play thing for $20. I don't even know, for $25 a year, to know that whenever you turn your PlayStation on, you can go online. Like, and
Yeah,
so I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna play Overwatch, and I'm not gonna play Overwatch for 6 weeks, but I want to be able to sign on and not be like, oh, I have to re up my Plus. For what?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
to yeah. You would leave it. You
Just
would
to play
set
the
it and
game for
forget
that in a
it.
minute. Yeah,
But now you're like, oh, is that on? And now I feel like I have to look sometimes. Like, now having all of the systems and everything I have to like make conscious decisions. Like, I'm in a loop in my head right now of, I'm gonna buy 007, whatever you want to call it, James Bond First Light. I'm gonna buy
yeah,
that game. It comes out next week. I don't know what to buy it on. Like,
yeah,
do I buy it on PC and so I can play it on the ROG if I go on vacation? I'm hearing it's only a 20 to 25 hour campaign. Um, I'll probably be done with it pretty quick if it's good and it hooks me. I'll probably be done in a week or 10 days at the most. Do I get it on PlayStation so my oldest son, has access to it? That's probably what's going to happen, because
yeah,
Angela already saw some trailers and she's like, I'll watch that, which means I can't play that downstairs. It's fine. But I'm like rattling these things around in my head versus before, 10 years ago or whatever it was. I was like, oh, I have PlayStation. Oh, damn, that's on Xbox. Okay, I won't be getting that. Oh, it's only on PC. I won't be getting that. So like, I'm that guy now. Like, I have my cake. I want to eat it too, and I want it to taste good all at the same time. It's
yeah.
like,
Well, and you're in a good position, at least with the current hardware you have,
yeah,
and then in like 2 years ago when the new consoles come out, that's when you'll probably have to make a decision because it
yeah.
just might not be financially feasible or responsible. In other
Well,
words,
I'm already
for you
financially
to.
irresponsible, so
Yeah, but I'm talking about like if we're talking about next gen
yeah,
consoles come
yeah,
out,
a
and you need
grand a piece. Yeah,
$1,000
yeah,
for
yeah,
each, and then the PC just a base, like, because your PC will be out of date in like three
yeah,
years, and your ROG will probably be out of date in
yeah,
like 2 years, to where like you'll have to do a refresh, and then you'll probably have to go back to that decision of just like, yeah, I'm only buying one of these fuckers
yeah.
because I can't justify uh doing anything else with it. Uh so like like you're in a good spot now, but eventually you will have to make that decision, and then like that's going to be a decision a lot of people are going to have to make.
Yeah.
And
And
PlayStation is probably banking
and
on just people just being
what's
stuck.
gonna suck on my end is like around that time, Owen will be 13, 14, 15, and what I think is good and what I want and what my 15-year-old thinks is good and what he wants, two different worlds. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Even if the thing you want is cool, he
yeah,
might just go against it
yeah.
just for the hell of it.
Well,
So you're
Dad,
just
that's
like,
not the
oh, okay.
Fortnite box. I'm like, I don't care. And he's like, oh, I
Yeah,
care. That doesn't play Roblox or whatever, like whatever the next thing's gonna be. And I'll be like, okay, well, and like
yeah,
that'll be a dynamic before, whereas like I was bringing Jonathan at the older age into games, and he plays them now. But the games that Owen plays and how Owen plays games is so vastly different than how I play games. Like, I'll be like very interested to see what these next gen consoles are marketed for and to and how.
yeah. Which is why you're hearing stuff with PlayStation looking at maybe doing a Switch-like console because they
Uh-huh.
know that handheld market is important. Uh, I really need to pick up a Lego Batman
I'm
though. Like
hearing
I gotta
pretty
pick
good
up a
things
Lego
about it,
game.
but I
Yeah,
mean, it's just
Rocksteady co-developed it. It's like, fuck, okay, I might have to look at it. But yeah, no, like the next gen is gonna look super weird. Nintendo, we don't have to worry about because their next gen console is out now, and they don't care how
yeah,
old it is in 2-3 years. But Xbox potentially having multiple stores on their system, PlayStation potentially going into the handheld market. It's going to look super weird. And then I would imagine the next ROG, maybe not the ROG that comes out this year or next year, but the ROG that comes out in 3 years is probably going to be amazing
Yep.
for like how fast that tech is progressing. Uh, it's going to be a completely different market, but it's going to be a market where you might have less people that are buying multiple consoles
Yeah.
based on where
If
things are going.
somehow, to your point, like Microsoft's Helix thing or whatever the hell it's going to be called is going to have a Steam store on it, that will probably
You're going
reduce
to,
my
yeah,
desire to get a PC. I'll just need to make sure that the PC can still maintain doing what we're doing right now. So
yeah,
as long as it can do that, like that's fine.
yeah.
Um,
And
Go ahead.
and if you're telling me as a diehard PlayStation fan that I'm only going to get one Naughty Dog every 10 years, I'm less inclined to pick the game up or pick the system up for the
Right.
PS6. Like if you're telling me PS6, I'm getting one Naughty Dog game, maybe one Insomniac game and Sucker Punch game, those games have to be really fucking cool for me to consider like picking them up. But
Yeah.
like for the most part, we hit the point where we're kind of starved for content from our favorite studios.
Mm-hmm.
Exclusives feel like they're less important, especially now that Naughty Dog has like they have to move on to a new IP because Last of Us is kind of dried out, Uncharted's kind of dried out, to where it's just like, okay, man, I really hope Intergalactic's good. To like, if you're a
Yeah,
diehard Naughty
but
Dog
to your
fan,
point, if it comes out in 2027 and it does well, it does amazing, it does Uncharted stuff, and it does Last of Us stuff. When do we see Intergalactic 2? 2032, 33?
2034,
Yeah, like
7 years, yeah. But at that point, and if the new console comes out in 28,
yeah,
you have 4 years to pick it up.
yeah,
There's no reason for you to be a day one person at that point, because like, oh, it's going to take years for them to come out with something else,
yeah.
and they won't be able to pull the remake trick out enough
No,
at that point, because there's like diminishing returns every time they remake these games. So I don't know, weird spot, weird future for the next gen consoles and stuff. All right, Dave, this is not happy news or anything like
yeah.
that, but this is your wheelhouse, Dave. So we have two Bungie stories combined. The first one is PlayStation had their financial report about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, and they basically had to write down $768 million on their financial report due to Bungie's output and valuation. This means PlayStation now considers Bungie to be worth that much less than they acquired the studio for, due to like misevaluations, loss on projects, like in terms of just like the money the company's producing, it's just not as valuable as they thought it was. So that's why they are writing off 768 million basically as a loss on this year's financial records. Marathon reportedly sold 2 million copies, but the Steam numbers have dwindled significantly. It peaked at 77,000 concurrent players, and now it's between 4K and 17K concurrent players at any given day. This is a big loss for PlayStation. They basically did two write-downs. I believe they did like a $200 million write-down in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, or ever how their financial report works out, they took a $500 million loss, which is why we're at 768 million, which, Dave, if I'm not mistaken, that's basically 1/3 of Bungie's evaluation, or what
yeah.
they paid for
I just
Bungie.
double checked it to make sure I didn't misspeak, but they bought Bungie for 3.6 billion. And
Okay, so
and based on this equation, if I'm doing my numbers right, rounding heavily, like now they're saying now if Bungie were to be purchased by anybody, Bungie's worth 2.7 billion.
yeah,
So
big loss,
yeah.
big loss for them. What do you think happened here? Like, is it just, was Pete Parsons, I think that was the head of Bungie, is he just a really good fucking salesman? Did Jim Ryan and Herman Host just get got? Or was there just too much money available during that time from these companies that they
Think
just threw
it's a
money everywhere?
combination of things, like whatever map they laid out, and I don't think it's just Parsons. I think this was Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy and
Has to be, yeah.
all these guys like meeting in a conference room and going, "This is what our plan is for Destiny." like our Destiny 2 or whatever. This is what we're doing. Like, this is the success that we're seeing from this, from the free to play aspect, from the seasonal aspect, from the player engagement standpoint. Like, this is what we're seeing. And this is also like here's our team working on our extraction shooter, which came to be Marathon. This is what they're doing. This is what it looks like. This is what we took from Destiny that we're saying that we saw concrete data and fact that said it would work, and then we're incorporating it into an extraction shooter. We're gonna go after this Tarkov market. They took too fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's Project Gummy Bears, whatever the hell that was, which is like it sounds like this is our animated, like, super basic, but this is going to be all of this stuff of
MOBA?
like,
Was it a MOBA? Or was that
yeah,
a
I think
separate
so, or
one? That was
something. And this is what we're doing. This is what we've done with the Destiny license with the mobile game. Like, this is what the value of it is. This is what everybody's, like, we got NetEase to invest this much into us. They showed them all this stuff, and they bought it. Obviously, Sony bought it. Now, whether it was false gold or whatever it was, the desire for the board at Sony saying, "Look at what Microsoft's doing. What the hell are you doing? Do something." Like, and this was the something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And to they took Gummy Bears away from them, but they still
Yeah.
kept it in house somewhere. It's being developed somewhere. So now do they, based on the next story that you're gonna go over, do like they give it back to them? Like,
Yeah, and how does that work? Because you told that group like you have your own
yeah,
separate studio, you are
yep,
your own bosses.
yeah.
Uh,
So there's just like there's this thing. Did the train end? Like, I I don't know. Like, I'm in a weird spot today because like we can just kind of like tumble into the next story of like they kind of came out of nowhere today and said we're done with Destiny 2. Like, literally out
which
of
we talked
nowhere.
about.
Yeah, you'd
We
been
talked
saying
about this.
it,
Yeah,
and I was always like, yeah, I agree with you. It needs to stop, but they've already said they're doing XYZ for the next X amount of time, and they delayed this one. All the stuff that they put in that blog post today, that they're flinging content at this game. What I'm annoyed with is that the amount of stuff that they revealed that they're putting into the game in 20 days or whatever, 21 days, that they knew that they were doing this months ago. Months
yeah,
ago.
and just we're quiet, lied, and we're like, please buy Marathon.
Yeah, and so like there's a little bit of anger and frustration from me that is like with the umbrella of like just kind of being shocked today. Like, I haven't played Destiny in months. Like, and I was going to come back at the update, and we were getting closer to this update, and we're like, okay, where's, like, usually like they have a cadence for this. They release some information, they start drip feeding us content, they start building the hype, they get their players back, and they say, okay, this is, we got all you back in June, like, this is what we're doing in August, September, and October, and they go, and they have a pattern of showing that this works. Like, they've
Yeah,
done this for 12 years. They've been doing this longer than Owen has been alive.
yeah,
So, and they did it like they had a pretty much a proven thing with Halo as well. Like, they have the pedigree and the thing to do this, and for them to come out today and say we are, like, they, in no uncertain words, we are done with Destiny.
June 9th, we
Yeah.
are done. Here's a love letter to close out this fucking 12-year
Yeah. And it's like
saga.
Destiny 2 is like 7 or 8 and Destiny 1 is like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they like turned it
yeah.
into one whole thing.
And they,
Yeah.
if they could have even just hinted if they were doing Destiny 3. We talked about this months ago, where they like what's going to be better for them to stop doing this with what, and just go dark, go fully dark, and come out in 3 years and say, if it's Destiny 3, selfishly, I want it to be Destiny 3. I would love to see what they could do with, not working on Destiny 2 and 3 or 4 years of head down. This is what we're doing, and here it is. But I don't know if the audience and the community can survive 4 years of nothing and
Well,
come back and pick it back up.
Yeah, I would imagine though, like if you're Bungie, you probably have to do Destiny 3 just out of safety, of just like, fuck, we can't launch a new IP. Marathon technically wasn't a new IP, but it
Right.
kind of was. No
Yeah.
one fucking remembered Marathon. So it's one of those things where like they would have to just, the safety would be Destiny 3. But to your point, a lot of people are feeling like you're feeling that
Yeah.
are hardcore Destiny players that now feel betrayed to where like if you do see a Destiny 3 logo, you're probably going to be like, "Man, fuck you."
Yeah.
Like you'll play it, but you're not going to be like, "Oh, thank you Bungie." You're going to be like,
Uh-huh.
"Man, fuck you guys."
Well, and the interesting
Like
part that's not coming out today is that I, I don't want to misspeak. I'm so confused by the dates, and I haven't done my own research on this, but they promised a lot of content this year that people bought in a 1 year ultimate package. And
dude, they said that they're going to just do a love letter to fans and do
yeah.
some
Now, don't get me
quality of life
wrong, based on
fixes.
what I've seen on the post, like they're throwing a lot of stuff in there that was not announced. I mean, they're putting fucking Sparrow Racing League back in the game. That was all the way back to Destiny 1. Um, they're putting a lot of stuff in there. Destiny 1 is still playable. Destiny 2 will
Yeah.
still be playable. I put this in this other Discord I'm in because I have a separate Discord that I do with a lot of like some of the Destiny people, and this is I'm passionate about this game. So like I this game is the reason I'm sitting in the chair that I'm sitting in right now. Like this has changed how I function and play video games as a journalist, as a podcaster, everything like that. So like this game is
For the
near and dear
worst.
to my heart. Huh?
For the worst. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Um,
It broke you as a human.
but I kind of lost my train of thought of where I was going to go. Oh, I'm sorry.
You were on that server and
Yeah, 2 weeks or 3 weeks to say like I need 90 days for release date information. Like I feel like you're shadow dropping is different, but like not doing pre-orders or canceling games that are supposed to come out like in a month. Like I feel like there's a 90-day cushion either way. Like you got to tell them like when it's coming out, and like I feel like you either shadow drop it or you go 90 days. Like, oh, June 10th, we're going to bring this game out, or June 10th, we're going to reveal this game. It's coming September 10th. Either comes June 10th or it comes September 10th. And we've seen, Sony pull Concord, and close a studio, and now I feel like somebody, Holst or somebody on the death tour, to your point, went into Bungie's office and said, "You got two choices." Like,
1 second, Dave. You might need to. My earbuds died, I think.
okay,
1 sec.
I can still hear you.
Oh, no, I'm
So,
back.
okay.
I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
The last sentence, Dave, you can repeat
Yeah,
that.
but I think Holst maybe on his death tour went into Bungie and said, "You got two choices: stop and make Destiny 3, or somehow make Destiny 2 sustainable to this number." And they're probably like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we can't do that number." And then Holst is like, "Okay, shut it down."
Yeah. Like we'll keep it running. Maybe there's a negotiation on keeping it running,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But yeah, but it puts them in a weird spot to where like if they have any sort of announcement during a state of play, it's going to go over bad because it's just like, are you abandoning Marathon? And also, there's a way nicer way to close Destiny 2. Like, if you're doing Destiny 3, I feel like you would do like an expansion for Destiny 2 that like is like a big to be continued hype shit, you know?
And that might
And
be
it
in
just
there
sounds like
somewhere. We don't know.
but it is a worst way to do that.
Yeah.
That you'd basically be banking on people that are going to be mad to start playing on June 9th, even though it very well seems like a farewell tour or a
Yeah.
farewell game or like a update. So like I feel like there is no plan. It seems like it is kind of sudden. Like they might have had obviously a couple months notice, but like this feels like this wasn't a Bungie decision, to your point. And this is the thing that we were talking about of just like PlayStation was going to get a seat on the board and start making decisions because they didn't hit their numbers. And this is what happens when that happens. And I wonder if Bungie at this point is just like, can we buy our freedom a third time? Like, can we do it? And it's just a matter of like, is it possible?
Yeah. So I mean, like that's they could have put the cherry on. Like I feel like a lot of people would have been pretty semi okay if they said, "Head down. We're stopping D2 because we need to give D3 the respect and the time and the ability to grow it." Because what we already saw is that Marathon Destiny's PvP died so Marathon's PvP could live. Like that's exactly what happened.
And Marathon's already on life support.
Yeah.
So
So And I think to your point, like, okay, we let you we took gummy bears away from you. We let you do marathon, and here's the result of what we're seeing right now. Yeah, you're committed to it because we've already committed so much money to it. So yeah, you need to keep doing that. And now you need to stop Destiny 2 now, right now, and maybe work on Destiny 3 or whatever that other thing on the whiteboard is. Your next Halo, your next Destiny, like you need to go. Because let's be real, no matter what the Bungie does, it's a first-person shooter. No matter what.
Yeah, no, it has to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
If they bust out anything else, it'd be like, what are you doing, wasting your time? But like Dave, so like to bring this out to like the PlayStation Studios thing. If you're at, I don't think Fire Sprite's around anymore, but if you worked at Fire Sprite and you're working on that Twisted Metal live service game, if you're at Naughty Dog and you're working on Factions, and according to like rumors and speculation and reports, those games basically got canceled because they got put through like the Bungie thing of just like Bungie looked at them and they're like, you cannot be a viable live service game, and that kind of played a part into those games being canceled. If you're at those studios and then you see the news that Destiny 2, the Goliath, is like closing, you're probably feeling salty. Not at Bungie, because Bungie just were doing their job sort of thing, but you're probably more pissed at PlayStation in terms of just like, man, we canceled these games because these guys knew what they're talking about. And now they have a failing Goliath, and then now they have like a new IP that just couldn't take off. Like this puts a bad taste. And then you're doing this. And then in about 2 weeks, you're going to be like,
Haven's
hey,
going to come on the stage and be like, what up, bro?
No. But then you're going to be like, guess what? Haven, our new star.
That's what I'm saying. So now, like Destiny 2 is done. Like they said, June 9th, we're done. And they're going to incubate on other games. Like, we're done. 2 days before that happens, we are maybe not going to see Sony slap Haven on the ass and say, go carry our live service now. Have fun. Yeah. Like they're going to be like, hey, go get them. Go break a leg.
Scenario. Yeah.
And like, really?
Fucking win them over. Yeah. They already hate you. Go prove them
wrong. And they're going to, you know what? And they're going to slap their ass with a Concord fucking bumper sticker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't have any faith. I have no faith that this Sony board can do a live service multiplayer game at all. They've proven that they can't. And now we're gonna and we may or may not. And if we don't see Inbreak or Fair Games or Haven, like if we don't see that at the state of play, they're done. That studio is gone.
No, they're completely gone. Johnny, you could have got your Concord bumper sticker from the PlayStation Store when they closed it. I almost bought a jacket for like $10. But like the crazy thing about that is like we're talking about Destiny 2 basically going away.
Yeah.
That is like fucking wild to think about. Like I make fun out of Destiny.
At least for right now, the franchise, Destiny as a franchise, stopping.
Yeah. It just seemed like a thing where even if only like 20,000 people were playing it a day or like 2,000 people playing it a day, it just seemed like one of those things where it's just like it was a thing that would just go on and probably wasn't super expensive because those expansions were cool, but they weren't like we spent hundreds of millions of dollars on them. Like just the fact that under PlayStation, they're killing a pillar of live service. The game that everyone to this day copies when they make their live service game. Because we still see new live service games that are basically copying the Bungie formula, even the Bungie mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be basically gone. And they're going to see like maybe a big increase on June 9th for people checking out the game again. I might check it out just because I'm just curious of what it looks like.
Whatever increase that they're going to get will be over by Labor Day.
Yeah.
Like,
but here's the thing. They can't close the in-game store because they still want people to buy it. But I almost feel like it would be unfair to have the in-game.
Yeah, they announced something that they're going to have some bundle available on June 9th that's going to have everything, like, so you can buy it.
That.
Yeah,
like why? Why would you put money into this? I mean, you want to see the content, but like, why?
Yeah.
Would anyone buy this unless it's really cheap? Unless they go the super
I'd
cheap
be
route.
very interested to see how much that cost. I mean, because I've kind of made the pivot to purchasing most of my content on PC, but if it's the right price, like it, I could throw it on PlayStation again and re-up and get everything I needed there, so that when I randomly do decide to play it, I don't have to make the decision to come downstairs or play on my ROG. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there, or just to have it for me, because this game has been so monumental to I've been playing this. I'm 43 years old. I've been playing this game since I was like 30. Like,
due to market conditions, we're gonna release it for $100, and you're gonna be like, like it should be something super cheap of just like, hey guys, because you can't piss off the people that have bought all that content because they're gone apparently. So like, just put the content and be like, hey guys, everything is $10 for the whole store. Man, it's just bizarre. When I saw that, I was just like, I knew this was coming. I think I've been saying it for a year, like you've mentioned, but I just didn't actually expect it to
be a 21-day notice. Like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
Here's my 2-week notice from work. Have a good one. Like, I'm out.
How hard would it have been to, at the state of play, be like, the end of Destiny 2 is coming, and then it's the next expansion coming out this fall?
Yeah.
That would have got people excited instead of pissed.
Well, yeah, they're the king of drip feed. Like, why couldn't they come out and say, hey, June is this, July is this, August is this, September is this, October is this, December is this, and that'll be it. Like, throw a 6-month window in there and, do something at the first of the month for the next 6 months to say that we're done. And then at Video Game Awards or whatever, say D3 logo and walk away. Like, just drop the mic and walk away.
Build to something.
Yeah, so it's like, it would have given them a little bit more time, like, but now to do this, and it's just it's so weird. Like, I don't understand. And then you're telling me it's cheaper. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. You're telling me it's cheaper to have Bungie right now stop Destiny 2 development, and what's Palmer just put in the Discord chat right before we started recording, and lay off a ton of people. That's going to sound like that's coming, which is expected. But to stop the content from being made, to focus on Marathon by adding a bunch of PvE stuff allegedly now, because now they're pivoting from that, and then to have them be a 1-game studio with a small player base smaller than Destiny, and just go quiet for 4 to 6 years, right? Just ride Marathon for how long?
Well, it's going to be longer, because they said that basically, like, hey, we're going to start incubating games, which means that they're in the phase where they're probably going to have multiple teams work on concepts of ideas, and then the winner will then be developed. So we're probably talking about like 7 to 10 years between the next game, and they're just going to have to drag Marathon on along the way, because I don't think you can even do a Destiny 3 in 3-4 years, like, because it's just too big of a thing, unless you go full free to play and then you just tell people like, hey, here's our roadmap and all that stuff. Then you can get away with an incomplete game. But the thing that's also kind of scary about this that I was thinking about, like, anytime like an MMO goes away, there's usually like some fun like event that kills the world or the servers. Final Fantasy 14 did this. Matrix Online, I believe, did something like that. I feel like we're like a year away from an announcement of this, like, hey guys, no one's really playing the Destiny 2 anymore. The servers are ending.
I don't agree with that, because the Destiny 1 servers are still up and functioning.
They kill them at the same time. I feel like we're at the point where PlayStation, because it's not Bungie making these decisions anymore, it's PlayStation. So where PlayStation's going to have to just be like, hey guys, sorry, no one's really playing it. We can't really justify keeping these servers going.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be super interesting, but it's so like, they're gonna focus, like, Bungie will focus on their next game. Like, you need to kind of tell like what it is, like, because what is gonna happen to their stock, like, at this point in time, because now it's like, okay, Marathon's on fumes, like, and I want Marathon to succeed. I want Marathon to succeed because I want Bungie to do something else cool, like, and it might not be Destiny. Shocker. I'll still buy it and play it. I didn't buy Marathon, but if they keep throwing some PvE stuff in there, I might buy it, because I don't really feel like getting my ass kicked by people half my age. Like, I just don't.
Guess what? Bungie is like, hey, can we look at that Factions Last of Us multiplayer game? Like, it's almost done.
Or do we, like, to your point, like you were talking about before, do we get, like, we talked about this years ago, do we get a Titanfall style campaign in the Destiny universe that doesn't involve
I think that would be
service
the
stuff,
smartest thing to do.
but like, we're going to get a First Light 15 to 20 hour campaign about Ikora or Saint 14 or the collapse.
Cade origin
Yeah,
stories,
anything like
make a
that,
villain
and
character or
to where
something.
you get, I don't, and can they produce 3 or 4 $40 to $50 15-hour games in the span of those 3 to 4 years, while like whatever massive game they want to do is over there being worked on? And
That would be a great way to build Destiny 3.
right,
Is just like, hey, here's like the characters that are still alive at the end of Destiny 2. I'm super
yeah,
out of the loop.
you're fine.
Here's like a 10 to 12 hour campaign for each of those characters, and it all leads up to like the big Destiny 3 thing in like 7 years.
Yeah,
But you get like 2 or 3 games out of that that are Destiny in universe focused, like single player games or
yep.
maybe some multiplayer. And then you build towards
co-op
something.
shooters, or
Co-op, yeah.
yeah,
And you do that kind of what League of Legends was doing for a little bit when they
yeah,
released like, hey, here's a side scroller, here's a fighting game, here's this, here's that. You do something like that to like build some excitement back because people still love those characters. Destiny still sells merch. Like
yeah,
there's still actively new merch being produced for Destiny,
yeah,
which means there are people that love these characters. I mean, you included,
yeah.
that would probably be like, yeah, I'll do a 15-hour campaign for one of these games, like single player or co-op. And then build into the looter shooter that you want, and then also that would allow them to like learn new stuff about the players and build the next game to like stick
So
to those players. Because
there's a yeah,
I think right now they were just kind of just trying to figure out how to maintain the players that are already there, and the people that are still playing Destiny are like the sickos. Like you can't really do anything for those people anymore.
right.
You need new people to come into the franchise.
So there's two games right now that today, two studios today that saw that and go shit. And one of them is Haven, like we've been talking about. The other one is Ubisoft Massive,
Yeah.
because they have an amazing opportunity now with Division 3. An amazing opportunity because those players got to go somewhere.
Yep.
So I need to hear something Division 3 in the month of June. Like you have to like do something, because
If you're at Ubisoft right now, you're picking up the phone and you're like calling some people at Bungie of like, yo, you want to jump ship? Like,
well, it
come
sounds
over
like
here.
Bloomberg, based on what Bloomberg said tonight, they're not going to sound like they want to jump ship. Bungie's going to make them jump ship.
Yeah. So if you're massive, you're just like, fuck it, let's bring them over.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, because you gotta nail Division 3. Like, you need to start talking about it. You gotta nail it. It just makes me wonder. Like, did Bungie show them something? Hey, here's our 4 months of content, and did somebody on the Sony board be like, this shit is gonna stop people from playing GTA 6?
yeah.
Like, and they're like, well, no, and they're like, well, what the fuck are you doing it for then? Like,
Yeah.
it's like. But how is it? I still want to understand how it's. I mean, even just limp it along. Like I said, the 6 months, the 9 month thing, limp it along and then shut it down. How is it beneficial to just be like, just to draw the line?
Dave, they said Bungie cost them $600 or $768 million.
It didn't
They, at
cost
this
them
point,
that.
were-
That's what they're saying that they're valued for. They didn't lose that money. They're
No,
just
they did. They're taking it as a loss on their financial record. So yes, they were taking it as like, we have lost this money this year.
well, because if they
like
sell them,
tax write off and stuff.
like
Yeah.
they didn't lose.
Well,
Like Bungie didn't cost them that much money. They're showing their value at that. Like Bungie cost them money, yes, but now they're sitting there
No,
saying,
but
like,
they're writing it down for tax purposes. So
Yeah.
they're basically saying like, hey, we kind of lost this money, but to your point, they didn't really lose
Right.
that money, but on paper, they're saying they lost this monte.
yeah.
So like they're like,
Well,
hey,
how
we
much
need
are they
to
going to
punish
lose by
Bungie.
not making anything?
It'll save them $20 on servers or whatever the
It's
fuck. Like
I'm with you. I understand. It's
Yeah.
done. Like I Destiny was
Yeah.
dying a slow death, but they literally just walked in and grabbed the life control cord or the life support cord and pulled it.
yeah, no, and just
They
the fact
shot
that
him up with steroids for 21 days and pulled the cord.
Yeah, but the fact that they're like, hey, guess what? We have a lot of this stuff we've been working on that you're going to be interested in. Here you go, and it just seems more depressing that they like the extra stuff.
Because how much stuff didn't make it in?
Yeah,
Like what's sitting on somebody's desk that he was almost done with, and they're like, nope. Like
yeah, No, but like they just basically were like, no, like we just need to cut it off at this point. Like Destiny is like an albatross, like it is something weighing them down, and they were just like, it's just better to just cut it off, get rid of it, and it just sucks. Uh, but it's a bad look for PlayStation.
Yeah, it's
Like
an awful
100%,
look.
it's a bad look.
Uh,
Yeah, it just looks terrible that they're gonna do that.
I understand it. I just don't like the process. Like,
Yeah,
like I just don't like how they went about this. Like on a day, like everything. If you're involved in the Destiny community, Thursdays are this week at Bungie or this week in Destiny weekly update. They've been putting out these blog posts every week for 12, 13 years. Like content creators rely on Thursdays for years. They didn't release this week in Destiny. They just dropped this Destiny 2, the time has come to end or something, and it's like, the hell? Like,
yeah. How do you do the next Marathon update without it just being people pissed
don't
about
worry,
Destiny?
the new season for Marathon starts June 2nd.
That's fucking hilarious. So we're gonna get a Marathon trailer at State of Play official.
Yeah,
Here we
June 2nd is the next season for Marathon. June 7th is the State of Play, and June 9th is the last update for Destiny. Like,
yep. It's just they're
and
just
I
saying
can promise you,
bye.
if Haven stumbles, you're going to see "We lost Destiny for that." You're gonna see that
Yeah.
headline: "We lost Destiny for that."
Yes. It's gonna be like, we lost a finished Last of Us factions, but that lived.
Yep.
We lost Destiny, but that lived.
Yep.
We lost Twisted Metal Online, but that lived. Like there's so many things going against fair games. Like the idea
We lost
that
PC
like
ports for
no
that.
one yeah. But the fact that no one at PlayStation, it almost feels like multiple people are just doing their own thing instead of it being a concise like statement or
When
anything
does
like that.
Sony's physical year end?
It would have already ended a couple like April 1st, I think.
Okay.
So
Never
we're
mind.
in the new year now.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, they're gonna all get fucking fired, all of them.
No, they probably already. No, but like the idea though that like PlayStation's directive right now, and again, like I love PlayStation. Like the room I'm in is covered in PlayStation stuff, but they piss me off now. And I don't even like Destiny. But the idea that a boardroom decided, hey, we're gonna kill a live service game, and we're gonna launch a beloved live service game.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to now try and launch within the same week or like re-announce another live service game that has a lot of stuff going against for it. Like we basically told people that like live service games, don't trust us by closing Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And then in the other hand, we're going to be like, we're launching a new live service game.
How many? You can correct me. You know much better than I do about this stuff. I don't know enough about this to say this, but I'm gonna be semi-confident in this statement. The number of games across gaming in our lifetime that had sustained 10 plus years of content. Does it take up more than one hand? More than
So, WoW, Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy
Final
11,
Fantasy 14 has been over 10 years.
13, yeah. It's like
Okay.
12 years, yeah.
Okay.
So Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 11 is still going to PS2 games.
But is it getting? I mean, Destiny 1 is still going. But is Final Fantasy 11 getting content added?
They just did a new expansion last year. WoW gets expansions. It's like every 2-3 years now. It's not like super consistent. League of Legends is probably approaching 10 years now at this point. That would probably be it. So like 4 that I can think of. I'm sure there's an obscure one.
There's 1 or 2 we're
EVE
missing.
Online.
So, yeah.
EVE Online
Star
has been
Citizen,
going pretty strong.
or Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six.
Yeah. So like it'd be like 10 games, maybe.
So like if any of them, when they did Final Fantasy 14 Reborn, they gave you a notice that they were blowing the world up more than 21 days.
They did a cool build up to the end of the original game. It's cool. Look it up on YouTube. It's awesome. And
they blew the world up, but they told you they were doing it.
Yeah. And apologized significantly for it, as opposed to
You could probably
happened
throw
today.
Monster Hunter as a franchise in there too.
No, but it's in multiple
But it's
games.
and
Like
Destiny's
we're talking
one
about
game, but
consistent thing.
two.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, but the fact that they're gonna have to come back to it and be like, hey guys, trust us again. Like with Marathon running, and then also like whatever
I
they
guess,
next announce.
how do you get somebody that's 19 years old today, and then when they're 24 or 25, like their buddy that their freshman year roommate in college bumps them like, "Hey, bro, they're doing Destiny 3 again." He's like, "What? Screw you!" Like, like
Yeah, that you just I don't know. I don't know a way to sell Destiny 3 if you basically just killed Destiny 1 like this. Like I think they needed to do Destiny 3 or Destiny 2 like this.
yeah, you're
I
fine.
think you needed to do Destiny 3, but this is the worst way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like absolutely the worst way to like get people to want to play a Destiny 3 by killing Destiny 2 and being like,
Or
"Hey guys, Destiny 1's still running." It's like,
or
cool.
any other Bungie live service game, like whatever they decide to call it.
Yeah.
Alamo, I don't know. Like, and now it's going to be a different thing, like, oh, or like, what level of confidence and trust do you have that they're not going to do? Like, this is what Google did to stuff years ago. Like, oh, like, yes, what Stadia? Yoink, see ya.
Yeah. Well, people are now going to be looking at Marathon even harder.
Oh,
to where if Marathon
when's
fails,
it going to get yanked? When's the rug coming out? Like,
yeah. Marathon already had a lot going against it, but now it's even worse because now people are going to be rooting for Marathon to fail. Before they were like, "Oh, let me watch Marathon fail." Now they're going to be cheering it on, hoping it stumbles.
But if it fails, here's the problem, guys. If it fails, we might not see Bungie's next thing.
Yeah, yeah, and Bungie would be like, I don't even know how they would even get rid of Bungie. Like it would be Bungie would just turn into Bend of just like, hey, here's this big Goliath, or not Goliath, but like here's this big studio that has been like completely destroyed in terms of like they let go most of the staff, but it still exists. It's still here. They're working on something, but they never release it.
They can write off $768 million. They can't write off $2.5 billion.
Which is why they would just keep cutting staff, and then it would be. Remember that weird time when like Activision gutted Infinity Ward, and it was just like,
or when
the Infinity
Santa Monica was running on fumes.
Yeah, where there was that like a little bit of down period, or like what BioWare is now, where it's like no one from original BioWare is at that studio anymore.
What's BioWare even doing? Kinda. Like that's like, so it'd be like, what's Bungie doing? Like what's Ben doing? What's Bungie doing? What's BioWare doing? Like it'll be in the what ifs. I mean, like it's just weird. Like and
I'm excited
Sony
for the
read that blog post and said, "Cool, run it."
Yeah, they're like nailed it. Like good job. I'm excited for the state of play now for like all the wrong reasons. Like it's fucked up. I'm
sorry. I'm passionate about this game. This game changed my life. It changed how I play video games. I just don't like how it's. I knew it wasn't gonna be forever, but I saw that today. A friend of mine posted in the Discord, "Destiny's dead," and I'm like, "What?" And so I opened up the app and I saw the thing, and I was like, okay. And then my wife's kind of like looking, we were eating lunch and my wife kind of looked at my face and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "They're not going to update Destiny anymore." And she's like, "Huh?" She's like, so Destiny 3? And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Oh." And she was kind of just like,
the fact that they've, as far as I know, they didn't even put out like a video of like the community management being like, "Hey guys, let's talk about Destiny." We just got a blog post. Am I right, Dave? Like that's all we got was like a blog post. Like at least have the decency to have a pre-recorded video of like, "Hey guys, we need to talk about the future of Destiny," and put that out. Just putting out the blog post and being done with it. This is such a lame way to do this. I've been calling this since they were acquired, Dave. Like I hate to sound excited.
No, you're fine.
But I just didn't expect it to happen this poorly. I thought we would get like a tasteful end to Destiny 2. I didn't think we would just get a fucking blog post at like Thursday afternoon. The same day or the day before we get to find out that there's a state of play. All that happening in the same day is just kind of crazy. and then him just quietly filing a trademark potentially for Fair Games, all in one day, is just wild.
Yeah,
I can't wait to find out Herman Host visited Bungie last week or something crazy like that, and then we'll know for sure the type of tour he's going on.
I'm trying to see. I mean, I'm like, I usually just go on my phone, so I'm really trying to see if I can just find the blog post.
Dave's just gonna be looking at that for days on
No,
end.
yeah.
Deciding
So
how
here,
we should
like,
do this.
yeah. So this is
Did they even have
this is the
a
title.
person's
Destiny
name?
Destiny 2. Every end is a new beginning. 10 hours ago today and it just says from Bungie. And again, they announced a whole bunch of stuff in here. Like there's like raid bosses and armor changes and ornaments and like the amount of stuff that's in here. Like like when they announced the delay of this, I feel like that they knew this. And like here, like this is where it gets bad. Like so, TWIDS this week in Destiny and Developer Insight through launch. Each week through launch, fucking May 21st. We'll be diving a bit deeper into each subject through a mix of Developer Insight articles and This Week in Destiny updates. We're spreading things out just a bit to avoid massive walls of text and information overload. You have 14 days, Bungie. While giving our team some time for the last minute tuning and testing passes. They're still testing. First on our list will be a deeper dive into the Return of the Director. Okay, you guys, and then and how we're updating SRL for Sparrow Racing for Destiny 2, raids and dungeons. Like they're doing a bunch of crap. Like and it's like, okay, like it's just weird. Like it just didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't land. They did not land the plane. They crashed the plane.
Over under once the patch hits, people finding a bunch of like AI slop and stuff.
So this is what I was talking about. Destiny 2, the collection. We are bundling all Destiny 2 content packs into a singular purchase available on June 9th. This includes campaigns, dungeon keys, the 30th anniversary pack, and more. Individual content packs and expansions will also receive permanent markdowns in June.
Honestly, Dave, you might be able to get me to go back to Destiny 2 just for the hell of it if it's cheap enough. If it's cheap enough,
yeah. But at this point, like if you haven't like you didn't play Destiny 2.
I bought it and I played it for like a couple weekends. Like yeah.
That was Destiny 1.
No, that was Destiny 2.
Okay.
I did buy Destiny 2.
So the stuff that you played is not in the game anymore.
Perfect. Fantastic. I thought it was quite boring.
Yeah.
So it's great. Yeah. So I have the best of the best content.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I would just be curious now of like, what is the experience for someone jumping into Destiny on June 9th?
Turns out on June 10th, Michael's like, I really like this game. Fuck, it's done.
Yeah, that's perfect time for me. I'll buy a physical copy of it. That's just a coaster. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. Oh, let me go hunt down a Destiny 2 copy disc because the price on that will go crazy. Even though
I don't even know if there is. Yeah, but
I just like the thank you part is just like 3 sentences, like at the very end of the letter.
Yeah, I took me a second to find it because I usually just use the app. So I don't know. So it's weird.
This could have been done so much better.
Yeah, and obviously I'm talking about it, 10 hours after it happened. So I'm in it, I'll be really interesting to see how they handle the content, like my view of what they do. Like maybe maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they land the plane with the June thing, and like they've got some cool reading or something. Somebody comes across like a really cool cutscene that tugs at the heartstrings or something like that, and they do it right. But I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure at this point in time.
Angela, if you're listening, can you record on your phone Dave loading up Destiny 2 for potentially the last time on June 9th? I just want to see.
I don't think I'm going to be able to finish. I will not be able to finish all the content they're releasing on June 9th. I will not.
No, I know. I just want whatever, because they'll probably have an opening cinematic for you that'll just be like greatest hits sort of thing. I just want to know. I feel like Dave would have like a Hank Hill cry moment where just like a single tear just rolls down and he just goes, "Yup," and then.
Yeah, they have some cool data tracking. They might be able to release some really cool stats. Yep.
I feel like that would be almost a redemption if they could somehow bring like best moments based on the data that they have from
They
you.
did
Like
it
you
with
played this
Destiny
raid a
2. They
lot.
did it at the beginning of Destiny 2 with where they showed like they would show you, like I can still play it actually. They would show you like your first Vault of Glass clear, your first Crota's End clear. They would show you what day you did it and who you did it with.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, like, and granted, like after time, like years later, it would be like PlayStation user 1. Like it would like
Mhm.
it sort of fell off as the thing fell off. But it was kind of cool to see those cards, like comic cards that they kind of wrote, and like, oh, September 9th or whatever. Or I have like iconic memories. He's in the chat, so I can really screw with him of like taking down Oryx in King's Fall and Johnny getting disconnected and not getting his loot after we worked on that raid for days trying to
How
get
many
through.
raids did Johnny fall asleep in?
Oh, all tons. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, but to him to get kicked out. Yeah, see, Johnny still has the clip. There's clips of, you know, Johnny getting, you know, like getting Gallagher. There are people that I am friends with. I have met in real life because of Destiny. Like, so like the way that it functions with me in my heart and in my head is a big deal, like, to me. I'm okay with the game ending, but just not like this. So hopefully it's better in the next 21 days, but this just feels like just somebody just Scorpion Mortal Kombat finishes you and just reaches into your chest and just rips your heart
this
out.
just feels like a contractual obligation being closed. Like,
Yeah,
this feels
like-
heartless. I
Like,
can't
nobody
wait
told me
when-
when I started this 12 years ago that I signed a prenup.
Yeah, and it turns out 2026. Get the fuck out. I can't wait for the game to just load up on June 9th and it just says thank you for playing, and it's stolen assets because they took the thank you from playing from like some random
Mario,
fucking
thank you for
artist
playing
on
our
Etsy.
game. Your princess is another castle.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck was that? And they're like, we are so sorry, we didn't realize that the AI thing stole the gen. Like, I'm just looking forward to finding out that horribleness is happening there, how rushed together this actually is. I hope that there's actually like some effort put into saying bye to this game, though they could probably justify not putting effort into it by saying, well, the game's not going away because you'll still be able to play it after, I think they said the last piece of content's like June 23rd or something.
They're
They started
tripping a couple
timeline.
things.
Yeah, so I could see them totally saying like, well, we didn't put that much effort into saying goodbye because this isn't goodbye because we're still here. And it's like, no, this is actually you saying bye because your Steam numbers are going to dip significantly after this. Your player count overall is going to dip significantly after this. So this is goodbye to Destiny, no matter what they say. It's like, yeah, you'll be able to load it together, but how long is that support team even going to be responding to stuff?
I mean, the
how
raid
long
rotations,
before the anti-cheat breaks?
Yeah, the raid rotations and everything will be in there. But the core of Destiny has always been play hard stuff, get cool shit to make doing the other stuff easier, and you have the cool shit to have it replaced by other cool shit quicker. And now
but
the
once cool shit's
replacing,
gone,
now the new stuff isn't, the new shit's not coming anymore.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna go after new, air quote, new stuff when there's nothing new coming even in 6 months?
there's no new stuff coming. You don't know if there's even going to be a real support team. They'll keep the servers on. They said they'll support the game in terms of make sure it's running, but who knows what that means for like them fighting anti-cheat stuff. Like they're going to start.
Oh, they don't
or
care
they're
about
gonna
their
stop
PvP.
caring about little
so
stuff. Yeah,
they've already like
But no, there's other ways
they
to-
told the PvP players they didn't care about their experience when they announced Marathon had dedicated servers. Like they told them that
Yeah.
already, like years ago.
but there's other ways people can cheat to ruin the experience for other people. Like you get
Yeah.
like do matchmaking, get into a team of someone just
Oh
doing
yeah.
horrible shit.
So-
Yeah. So it's just a matter of like how long before they stop caring about that, you know? Even if it's a co-op game, people will cheese stuff and break stuff. It's just it's a sad way to go. But I'm not surprised. The only thing that's surprising is just how they went about it.
For sure.
And we're only 2-3 weeks away from a state of play. So wild. Do you even mention Marathon or Bungie during the state of play at this point? Or
No.
you just like
No
ignore it?
chance. No chance.
Okay.
Because the new season will be out already.
But do you remind people it exists because you have people watching the state of play, or do you just
No,
not
I don't
risk
think
saying
so.
Bungie at
Like,
all?
Not if
Yeah.
you're gonna put Haven's thing out there. If you don't have Haven's thing.
But the thing though is you would hope that like, hey, Marathon's launching some new content June 2nd. We should use the state of play, which is going to have like
New
tens of
Marathon
millions of
season
people
available
watching.
now. Like.
Yeah, but now at this point, are you like, we have to pull that out, which is just going to further kill Marathon? Of like, hey, here's a one spot we could have got some eyeballs on Marathon, but because we killed Destiny 2, we have to pull this announcement out because it's just going to look bad.
Yeah.
So then it just like further shoots him in the foot.
I don't know.
Yeah. Johnny said they were never exactly fast patching exploits ever, but like guess what? They're going to be non-existent anymore. They might have been slow before,
and
but
they're doing what these other things are doing that people said they hate. The season 2 wipe is the real test for Marathon. So they're resetting at the season. Like they're taking
the Diablo thing.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't played it, so I have not played a minute of Marathon, so I cannot speak to it. Like I cannot.
Dave, are you more or less motivated today to hop into Marathon?
With the potential of PvE, more motivated. How they handle the PvE, I don't know. Like
still sounds like you're waiting to see.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the news we had for today, Dave.
All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching, hanging out in chat, talking to us. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Just a reminder, digitaldaysgaming.com, Discord, Facebook is all there if you want to, join the community for in content. And then hopefully June 2nd, June 7th, and then late June for recording will be our for the month of June, and then we'll kind of go from there. So next time we talk to you, it'll be post State of Play, and then we'll also go over the Summer Game Fest weekend. So I hope everyone has a great holiday weekend if you celebrate Memorial Day in the States. And if not, I hope everyone has a great week and keep moving forward.
Don't be a dick. See ya. All right. And my headset just disconnected randomly for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fun.
Yeah, The Mandalorian tomorrow. Yeah, it's like the season wipe. As someone who only beta tested it, that number will drop by half after a week or two. Well, will it go up half? Like if there's 10,000 people playing, Johnny, will 15,000 people play, and then those 5,000 people will fall off, and it'll still stay at 10,000?
I don't think anyone's joining. Or
I know. It's like,
yeah.
But the players that are enjoying playing the game will get surprised by that are enjoying playing the game.
They're going to bleed some of those
paying attention to the game. They're just playing the game, and they're like, "Where's my stuff?"
Yeah. What do you mean reset?
Yeah.
Like, it's man, it's dumb, Dave.
He's
it's
saying
really
no
dumb.
new map and no new content. So what? A new season pass for cosmetics? Just a balance, and I'm assuming that's vanity pass. Okay. A battle pass. Okay. But the battle pass is not tiered loot, right? Or not like better stuff. It's just skins and abilities. I don't know. Yeah, it's all cosmetic. Okay. Ugh. I don't think I'm gonna be playing this game.
You're like, I'm not happening for you.
Like I said, there's a new Darksiders got remastered again. I might pick that up on PlayStation, and then I'm gonna play Bond, and then I'll play Destiny, and I gotta figure out something. I gotta figure out something. The reason I was thinking about the Darksiders thing was like, it's gonna run better on PlayStation, 60 frames or whatever. Like I enjoyed that game. Help get me out of my funk of something I already know. Get me ready to play Bond.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out in the stream. I appreciate everyone chatting. Johnny, nice to talk to you. I'm thinking that we're gonna need to talk soon. I'm sure you're gonna want to do something in Destiny. I will talk to everyone else later. Have a great night.